Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys, and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering June 27th through July 3rd, or whenever you're guided to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings, meaning whenever it pops up for you on your feed, that is the time that the messages are meant for you. So the purpose of these readings is to comfort you, support you, teach you, and inspire you on your spiritual journey. So Earth Angels, and I usually connect Earth Angels to caregivers, healers, Lightworkers, highly sensitive people, intuitive people, empathic people, right? We have a different vibe and a different way of operating in the world. So my intention for this channel as it develops is to continue to support you with wisdom and guidance, information that I've learned on my own journey to share with you, hopefully to really kind of make you feel less alone and more inspired. So the spiritual journey and spiritual growth can be very challenging. It can be very disruptive. It can feel very isolating, right? It can be hard to understand and create a lot of uncertainty when we don't know that the chaos and the disorder and disarray we're feeling is actually a good thing. So that is my intention for these messages, to support you each week, to guide you. I always intend to connect with that highest vibration of unconditional love, and I call that God, Source, Creator, Universe, unconditional love energy, yin yang, masculine, feminine, father, mother, love, whatever that vibration is for you, right? You know, I avoid trying to pigeonhole things into this is right, wrong, good, bad, positive, or negative, because when we're open to experience and understanding that it's all an opportunity to learn and grow from, we're more open to receive guidance and wisdom that can facilitate change, right? Okay, so that is just kind of my really just kind of grounding the energy into this channel and the why I do this and what makes me inspired to come to you every week. You know, I understand through the clients I work with and my own journey that support and certainty and connection and physical needs being met are crucial to our development, to be able to gift love to the planet in the way that we've come here, right? We've come here to integrate the energy of true love back on the planet, and it does start with the self first. When you feel good, the people around you feel good, and when they feel good, the people around them feel good, and when they feel good, the people around them feel good, and so on and so forth. So, you know, my intention here is to maybe have the divine work through me to water your plants, to water, and nourish you, maybe add some sunlight so that you can grow to be the best possible being of light that you are meant to be, so that you can access those seeds and those important purposeful characteristics that you have to be able to gift to the world, right? So again, I pray that these messages nourish your soul. I pray that they spiritually uplift you. I pray that they teach you something. If anything, to reinforce what you already know. Maybe you learned something new, or maybe you're hearing things over and over again to kind of reprogram the shadow work that you're doing, right? To kind of create new neural pathways in the brain so that you're moving forward and seeing life in a different way from a more healthier perspective. All right, so I just felt like I needed to say that as I have more subscribers coming into this channel, wondering what it's about. It is very different from a lot of what's out there, so I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate you showing up every week and listening, and it's really amazing to watch how your lives grow and expand, and how you're receiving the aha moments and the hits, and exactly the messages you need when you need them. It really is inspiring. So thank you for sharing your experiences with me. All right, so the cards that I'm going to be using this week, I'm going to start with the Archangel Animal Oracle, and then a message of healing, what message of healing you need this week from Crystal Angels. And then where to focus your energy with regards to the life changes you're going through. And then maybe an action to take with the flower therapy. And then I'm going to finish with the secret language of light, an overall message. So I just posted my full moon in Capricorn. Pick a card reading, pick a pile reading, and I will link that in the notes below and also at the end of this video. And my intention for those videos is to support you for the 2-week cycle of that energy. Now, if you find the video after the 2 weeks or after the moon energy that I channeled it with, those messages could certainly connect and relate to you in any time, at any point in your life as well. So I'm not going to get too much into what we're going through the next couple weeks and what we're experiencing. So, if you'd like more guidance with that and how to harness the energy of the moon and the Capricorn energy and how to move forward, and release and surrender and manifest with the moon cycles, that's what those pick a pile, pick a card readings are about. All right, so let me open up space. Let me invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that would like to assist with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. Okay, friends. So, Archangel Animals. What Archangel Animal wants to come forth this week? Hold on, let me make some room for myself. What Archangel wants to come forth and deliver a message for you this week? There we go. We have 2 of them that popped out. Okay, so we have the Cow. Give with unconditional love and grace. So we have Archangels Raphael and Mary. So here I feel like when our tank is empty, when we are continuing to give from a place of condition, right? Conditional love is like giving to get, right? I'm going to do for you with the expectation, either consciously or unconsciously, that I'm going to get something back from you. So I'm going to, hypothetically, overgive, overshare, meet all your needs, jump through hoops, cancel plans, adjust so that you'll like me, so that you'll do this for me, so that you'll emotionally support me, right? So this is where we end up giving to get something, which more often than not, we end up disappointed by. So I feel like Cow energy this week is teaching us how to give with unconditional love and grace. So the word grace here, I really feel connected to forgiveness in it, right? Understanding that people make mistakes, right? No matter what age, no matter what stage in life, no matter how much they're spiritually evolved, we're all human here, right? We're spiritual beings having a human experience, meaning we've come here to learn about the ego. We've come here to learn about power, right? Empowerment and power struggles. We've come here to learn about trust and openness and vision and acceptance and creativity and confidence and integrity and wisdom and so on and so forth, right? So giving from a place of unconditional love doesn't mean to not have boundaries. It doesn't mean that, being a lover of the planet means that you have to be steamrolled and, someone does you wrong and you have to forgive them and continue to see them or be with them or justify. That's not what it means, right? We're really learning how to love ourselves unconditionally first, how we speak to ourselves, how we show up for ourselves. And there are people in the world that come along to teach us and reinforce how we like to be treated and how we like to be nurtured and protected and feel safe and stable and grounded, and what our physical needs are. So we're in this space of now learning how to activate that energy of unconditional love. Now, I can tell you that will always come from Creator, right? Source energy, Father, Mother love. Never, ever, ever expect something of us, right? That if we don't donate the money because somebody asked, we're going to be punished by the Father, right? By the Mother. That is a very egoic 3D patterning that can be imprinted with old traditional belief systems, old religious, let's say, belief systems. And so we're now navigating this energy of unconditional love where we start to have compassion and empathy for someone through understanding our own wounds of not feeling good enough, the wounds of abandonment or rejection or low self-esteem or not feeling good enough, right? These wounds, as we work on healing them and empowering ourselves through them in our own journey, we start to recognize it in others, offering compassion, right? Offering empathy. We start to see people in their wounds and the projections, and we can energetically send them love from a peaceful place and walk away and create space for ourselves, right? And this is how we can healthily heal the world. Heal thyself, heal the world, right? And so I feel like Cow is coming up this week to remind us that Source is always an activator of unconditional love within you. So being mindful of your relationship with the divine, right? And the connection of that energy. When you're filled up to overflowing, there is a more than enough for you to give to everyone and everything that you're guided to, in a sense. So you're being asked to move into this abundant space and love abundantly, where many people have grown up with conditional love, right? Do for me and I will reward you. If you don't give me what I want, I will pitch a fit, I will pull away, right? That's the stages of childhood and adolescent and teenagers, right? That's that vibe that, that those stages that we all go through all throughout life. So let me just actually check in here for a second with Cow. Archangel Raphael, he's the angel of healing. So maybe Raphael is working with you this week with understanding new levels of love. Let's see here. As cows are fifth dimensional beings, they spread the unconditional love and divine feminine light of the golden ray of Christ. While cows are warm, benevolent, and nurturing, their partners, the bulls, are strong and protective. Together, they offer a perfect balance of a grounded feminine and masculine energy. I think that's so beautiful. So we're learning how to balance, right? Balance that energy of nurturing and then also protecting ourselves. So that kind of goes in alignment with what I just channeled. So let's see the additional Archangel Animal that came out. Oh, Turtle. It says, be joyful and trusting. Right? So here, when I see this, be joyful and trusting, this word trusting, I feel, with this message is trusting of your own intuition, your own heart compass, trusting of your own guidance. I'm seeing a pattern developing within myself and the clients that I've been working with lately is that the more we become more self-aware and connected to the divine through Mother Nature, seeing signs, maybe it's numbers, maybe it's animals, maybe it's feathered friends, maybe you're seeing repetition, maybe you're seeing repetition of dimes and quarters and certain kind of numbers and license plates and letters, and maybe you're starting to see the unseen, right? This is how we now become aware that there's this power and this force that's working with us, operating through us to protect us, to keep us safe, right? If you think about your earth angels are like that nurturing, maternal, very caring and compassionate energy, where source, creator, can be your fierce protector. Definitely Archangel Michael can be your fierce protector, kind of like that bull energy that will move you away from and shift things out of your life that isn't going to be nourishing and be of service. Remember, the divine sees all, right? So your energy with somebody can be one thing, but the divine also knows the energy of those people outside of when you're with them, right? So I feel like Turtle is reminding you to be joyful and trusting of yourself. And when you're connected to your body, your mind, your spirit, and your intuitive vocabulary, right? That's what's being developed right now. When we have experiences, it programs our physical body into feelings, right? This feels like I'm being pulled towards it, or this feels like it's making me sick and my stomach hurts and I want to run away from it, right? This is like your emotional guidance system, and that energy usually flows with the solar plexus, the heart, and the throat, right? We usually feel when our emotional guidance system is being activated in feeling you want to go towards something or you want to run away from something. So many of you are developing your sensitivities using this superpower to really navigate how you interact in the world. More of this or something even better, or no thank you, I'm going to redirect my energy somewhere else. So I feel like Turtle's reminding you to have fun with this, right? Have fun with trusting your intuition, even if it feels yucky, even if it feels uncomfortable. That means you're learning, right? That means you're growing. And I'm really feeling the energy of being compassionate, right? So maybe you have experiences and you don't respond in the way, maybe you respond in a yucky way, or maybe you respond in a reactive way. And afterwards you're like, man, I wish I didn't respond that way. Or, that energy just got the best of me and I got caught up. Well, having grace, right? Forgiveness, having grace to say, I'm human and I'm learning, and that was really uncomfortable. And what can I do? Or how could I protect myself? Or how could I self-soothe? Giving yourself space. This is why I always talk about these words of surrender and silence and stillness and rest and pause and nothingness, right? These are these valuable words that we can start adding actions to, right? Actions to nothingness. Pause, stillness, because this is where we can go in and reflect upon these situations and experiences and create a better way to navigate when things just kind of come out of the blue. How, if I felt that again, what makes me feel good, or what would be a healthier way? And these are the inquiry questions that you can ask the divine. What would have been a better way, right? How may I have approached that in a different sense? I ask those questions all the time, and I create pause, and I listen, and sometimes I get wisdoms and golden nuggets, and sometimes not right away. And more often than not, a book will come along my path, or a teacher on YouTube that I resonate with, or a course of study will come along, and I just follow the leads, right? And so this is what you're doing. It's like the universe right now has your map, has your treasure map. And instead of you trying to search for the treasure blindly, which is spiritual growth and evolution and change and ultimately unconditional love and grace and compassion and joy, right? What the universe is saying, let us in, invite us in, and we will we will give you a trail. I'm having the memory of when my brother and I were little, and my mom, when the Easter Bunny was coming, my mom, when we were little, would give us a jelly bean trail. That's the imagery that I'm getting. She would, I remember I would sleep with our doors closed, and then when we opened up the door Easter morning, there was a jelly bean trail right to our Easter baskets. And it was so fun. And we would pick up the jelly beans, and there'd be like eggs, or there'd be like a basket or something that we put the jelly beans in. And that was like part of the fun. And then of course the playfulness of where we found the basket and how funny it was. But as we got older, those jelly bean trails disappeared, and then we would get clues. And we'd have to really follow the clues. And then like one clue would lead to one place, which that wasn't the Easter basket, and it led to another place, kind of like a scavenger hunt, right? And so I look back at that and I'm thinking, wow, that is so symbolic of life, right? In the beginning, sometimes we get all these signs and we get inundated, and then all of a sudden it starts to shift. And this is where we're now having to hone those skills, right? And we're having to develop them and kind of go on this treasure hunt. So I feel like so many Earth Angels are in this space where you're being reminded to have some joy and have some fun with learning and trusting your own intuition and guidance. And you might follow the leads, and it might lead you to something else, right? This is that part of us activating that divine feminine energy, like really learning how to be on island time, right? Well, how do I feel today? And what does it feel? What feels good today? And where am I going to go based on how we're feeling in the present moment, right? And how can I live a purposeful life, which is radiating your own light to the world, right? So, all right. So, message of healing here. That being said, what message of healing do the crystal angels want to support you with this week with regards to your spiritual growth? All right. So funny. I just pulled this card with a client, and here we are. Soda light. Socialize or join in. This is an exclamation point for some of you. So it says, make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. So I feel like the angels and the divine is encouraging you to join in. Maybe you've been in a space of isolation. Maybe you've been in a space of the cocoon. Obviously, we've been moving through a global pandemic, so there's been a lot of isolation and a lot of non-socializing where I'm hearing that as empathic people are now starting to venture out in the world, there may be some activations of anxiety, social anxiety. Some people I'm talking to and listening to are noticing feeling jittery, uncomfortable in public spaces. So, as you start to go and journey outwards, paying attention to how you're feeling and having those skills to self-soothe, not forcing yourself to do something that's uncomfortable. So this might be triggering for some of you, like socialize or join in, and I feel anxious. And, so this could be a really good time for you to learn some self-soothing techniques. This could be a really great time for if you're activated, or like I said, if you're feeling challenged in crowded places, being able to self-soothe. Usually I take a hand and I rub my chest area where my lungs and my heart is. I may kind of wrap my body up, right? Like kind of like crossing my arms over my body and kind of rub my arms. That's self-soothing for me. I might take a few deep breaths. I might call on the angels for assistance, right? Because the universe wants us to gather together. The universe wants us. I really believe in fellowship. I really, really believe in gathering together with like-minded people. I am a big advocate for support and being with like-minded people who are going to challenge you in a way to grow. I think that's really important. So as the world starts to open up, right, being aware about giving yourself grace and gentleness and unconditional love, knowing that this may be a challenge, right? But the key word here is make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with like-minded people, new friendships. So a lot of you have gone on some type of detox. I've heard this from many people that they were able to create boundaries through this global pandemic. They were able to set space to say no to things, making shifts in their lives, aligning to different people, places, things, and ideas. And I feel like maybe this is preparing you now to practice going out into the world, trying new things, right? Having new experiences. But I do want to remind you to really be aware of those self-soothing techniques so that when you're in those experiences or you notice you're being activated, being able to take a deep breath, relax, breathe, soften, and open, call on the angels, Raphael, who showed up here, Archangel Jules, Angel Mary. These very nurturing energies can come in to support you and empower you. And there's no shame in going home. There's no shame in trying again the other day. So baby steps as you start to venture out into the world and practicing that unconditional love within yourself first and foremost. So what was my intention with this? What can you do to support your life changes? So obviously we're going to start going out into the world, reconnecting with people. With the butterfly oracle, what can you do to support these life changes you're going through? What's a message to support you, these life changes? Ooh, body changes. So remember, I am feeling body changes with, I'm seeing like oranges here, right? These are the lower chakras. So root chakra, sacral chakra, and solar plexus chakra. Those are all masculine vibratory chakras. And one of the things I wanted to say in the beginning that I forgot is one of the messages I've been getting is reminding you to ground before you venture out in the world, before you go interact, having a really great grounding practice. I like to use the tree, I like trees, but the tree analogy, right? Imagining roots growing from your feet chakras down into the core of Mother Earth, where they ground you at your diamond or crystal at the center of the earth, and then imagining that energy flowing up through your legs all the way up to your heart, and then connecting through the heavenly energy from your heart, throat, third eye, crown chakra, all the way up to God Most High of the universe, and allowing that energy to flow down, and then connecting even more so to the cosmic energy all around you. That is like the chi and the energy in the space that you exist in, right? Air, let's say, and allowing that energy to flow through your third eye down into the heart chakra, right? So connected to heaven and earth, and the cosmic energy that's all around you can help expand your energy, can kind of keep you in this protective bubble. So doing something like that before you go out is how you can take care of your body. If you're going out, like I said, and things are opening up and you're doing things, drinking lots of water, having protein that can be very grounding for you. So I am about 95% plant-based. So my diet is about 95% plant-based. So I'm very well aware of my schedule of eating amounts of protein at every meal and grounding in that sense. And so I feel like what you can do to support these life changes is be aware of your physical body and what it needs, making sure that you're hydrating, right? And this isn't like shaming on you if you're not. It's just planting seeds of awareness that it is crucial to your system, to your intuitive system, to your emotional system, your mental system, your spiritual system, to take care of your body, right? And unfortunately, many of us are not taught this. We're taught take care of everybody else, right? And that's an old paradigm that's really cycling out fast. So really kind of getting out, getting some exercise, moving your body, staying grounded. These are going to be crucial for the life changes that you're making. Remember, you're not a caterpillar anymore, and you're no longer in the chrysalis. You are now a butterfly, and you're now learning how to use your wings. You're learning how to navigate in this world. And if you want to call your wings your angel guides, if you want to, connect your wings to your own intuition, your emotional guidance system, your soul mission on this planet through your spiritual journey, right? So I feel like the divine is reminding you that it's really wonderful to be in the higher chakras, right? The throat, most more importantly, the crown and the third eye. But it is just as important to give attention to the lower body and the lower chakras because that's where you're going to be protective. That's where you're going to feel safe. That's where you're going to feel secure. That's where you're going to feel stable. That's where you're going to feel like your certainty needs are being met when your lower chakras are in balance, right? And then when the upper chakra is in balance, especially the heart, you're going to feel your connection needs being met. You're going to feel affection and attention and or your connection needs being met, which is affection and attention and a sense of belonging and a sense of love and a sense of nurturing, right? So you're really learning how to navigate these energies as we, go out into the world and the world opens up. We've been gifted with a major reset, and now it's time to start integrating into the world. So let's see here. All right, what action steps can you take? So this is where you can focus your energy this week on making body changes, feeling strong in your body, feeling healthy, feeling alive, feeling vibrant. And what action steps can you take to support your healing? All right, so we have two more. Let's see here. We have, signs from heaven, right? So paying attention. So when you're aligned and you're connected, you will receive more signs from heaven. So it says your loved ones in spirit are waving a hello and giving you reassurance that you will be all right. So this is really kind of the divine reminding you that you don't work alone. They know that you're going through this human experience and you're going through these changes and these shifts. So remember that you have loved ones in spirit. They could be your parents, they could be children, they could be friends, they could be ancestral, grandparents and great-grandparents. But it can also be spirit guides. It also can be mentors and shamanic teachers and guides and angels and ascended masters and father, mother, love. Remember that you never operate in this world alone, right? And so some of the action step that you can take this week is inviting that energy in, right? And asking for their assistance and their guidance, and then really kind of co-creating and kind of walking in spirit, asking and then moving forward. Is today the day I do laundry? Or, what is the most important use of my time today? And then I will sit in space, and sometimes it will be a book. I'll be reminded like, oh yeah, yeah, that's right, I got to finish that book. Or sometimes I'll be reminded that, it rained the other day, so I got a lot of dirt in my back door that I have to clean up. So it might be time for me to vacuum. So I give myself space to sit with, what is the best use of my time today? Or how am I feeling? For me as a feminine energy, right, I check in with my cycle. Where am I at in my menstrual cycle? And I know week 1, I have this kind of energy, and week 4, I have this kind of energy. So I've kind of learned to be hyper vigilant and just aware of my cycles and rhythms and what the moon is doing. And I operate in flow with the cycles and rhythms of the moon and my menstrual cycle. And that changes from month to month. So, as a feminine energy, if you're feminine energy, and like I said, you are in that space where you're menstruating, or you were at some point, understand that you're still in the cycles and rhythms and connected to the moon. If you are, post menopause, or you've moved through that at this point, the beauty of that stage is that you don't have the pull of the moon that feminine energies do that are menstruating. So, understanding the stages that you're at and how to harness the energy of the moon and check in with your intuition and saying what's most best for you. This is where you learn spiritual disciplines. This is where you learn to best utilize your energy for productivity and rest. So right now we've just entered the phase of the full moon in Capricorn. This is a time to release. This is a time to allow in all those intentions, all those wishes, all those manifestations that you sent out to the universe last couple weeks in the new moon. This is a time for you to allow that to come in, more of this or something even better, right? This is a time for you to receive the blessings of those, the work of that energy and setting those intentions and those wishes out. So being mindful about how they're coming into your life, right? More of this or something even better. And then also too, it's a time like if you're finding resistance or you're finding emotions coming up, this is a time to release it, to surrender it, right? To purge, to sit with it. This is the next couple weeks, a time to process it, which again, I think it would be great if you went in and watched those pick a card readings because they can really support you, especially this moon. Capricorn energy is all about purpose, right? And the sun is in Cancer now, and Cancer is all about home and family. So we've got like this purposeful life and this pull to home and family. And so we're really learning how to create a work-life balance in this moon cycle that we're in. So anyway, knowing that you don't work alone and that you can call on your guides for assistance, getting really used to that and letting them, being proactive with asking. And then the next one is reach for the stars. Again, looking upwards, right? Reach for the stars. It says, you deserve only the best. And this is all you should focus your attention on, right? The best people, the best places, things, ideas, the energy of unconditional love and grace and joy and trust and really feeling good in your body. I almost feel like we're getting into a space where a weight is being lifted, right? We're officially entering the last half of the year of 2021, right? And so we're now starting to see these shifts and these changes, the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Also to be mindful of how you're talking to yourself, how you're approaching things, what you're saying. Like, are you saying things like, well, maybe that'll happen? Or are you like, I'm really excited? Are you looking at your home and saying, oh, it's such a mess, I've got so much to do? Or are you looking at your home and saying, I just love my space. I love where I'm at, and I'm so grateful I have things to do here, and I am just going to take care of this space because it keeps me safe and warm and healthy. You see the difference, right? Are you looking at, let's say, your closet and you're like, oh, I have nothing to wear, and I've outgrown everything and I don't feel good in my body? Or are you saying, man, look at the abundance of these clothes, and I can release some things, and that gives me some room for more to come in. So this would be a really great time for you to be mindful of you deserving the best. And I feel like you deserve the best thoughts You deserve the best experiences. You deserve the best emotional state. You deserve the best feeling in your physical body, right? So some of you may be selling yourself short. Maybe you're feeling a little complacent or a little bored, right? And so this might be encouraging you to try something new, take a class, or have a different experience and evolve, knowing that you're going to learn from that experience as well. Very cool. And like I said, you might be also getting your own intuitive hits on these messages. So, I'm offering like just kind of a basis, but also to check in within how these will come into alignment with you as the week plays out. I know some of you watch the video in the beginning of the week, and then maybe you'll go back and you'll recheck it like at the end of the week and just see how things came. And that's really great because it can give you a chance to go and reflect upon and really learn and grow from those experiences as well. All right, friends, so final message. What does your soul want you to know? Overall, I almost feel like this is like the miracle grow. This all being said, what's the exclamation point message this week? The overall message from your soul. Whoa, okay. Soul Craft, card number 10. I love this. Look at these cards. They are amazing. Of course, I always put the cards that I'm using in the description box below for you to go and to look at. Maybe you have this, or maybe this is something that you feel like you need in your collection. But really, like, look how phenomenal card is. So Soulcraft, I'm seeing the number 10 here. 10 is all about new beginnings. We have the butterfly here coming out of the chrysalis, growing, reaching for the stars, raising our vibration. Let's see, moving through gifting the world with love and light and unconditional love. And we do that through gifting our own selves with light and love. So let's see, Soulcraft here. These cards are very intricate, so I'm going to read from the book. Let's see what it has to say. Let's see. Wow, so the note here says, life happens from you, not to you, right? So as you raise your vibe, you align to different experiences. More of this, or something even better. It says, the thoughts, ideas, and topics you incessantly discuss are crafting your life. I just mentioned this, right? Talking about how we're looking at things, how you're looking at your home, how you're looking at your body, how you're looking at, your closet, how you're looking at your family and friends. It says, so focus on ones that make your heart smile. It says you are ready to receive answers from your soul about any topics, thoughts, or ideas you want to change. So see, this is about creating space and opening up and asking the questions. So here's the kicker. Here's the snag here. Many of you are so intuitive, you dare not ask because you know what the answer is going to be, and you know it's going to be facilitating change, and you may not be ready for it. And that's okay too, right? Just the awareness of that. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm not asking that question because I know what I have to do and I'm not ready to face it. And that's still in that space. I still try to be, or aware to give myself grace and forgiveness and compassion, because when I'm ready to do something, I'm all in. So understand that if you're resistant to asking or you're resistant to opening up, it's because you already know their direction forward, and change can be really scary, and making the adjustments can be all consuming and overwhelming, and that's your humanity, and that's okay too, right? Just the awareness of it. And then you can ask your guides for assistance. Like, this is really scary, it's really confusing, it's really overwhelming, show me the best way forward, period, right? And then they give you the nuggets, right? Or the clues. One thing will lead to another. The universe is never going to push you off the cliff, right? And encourage you to fly. They're going to be with you, cheer you on, right? Coach you, guide you until you're ready to take that leap on your own in a joyful, trusting way, right? So it says, be wise in your crafting, and the path of least resistance will call you. Different soul vibrations will inspire different actions. If you're feeling tired, your inspired action will be to rest or sleep. If you're feeling love, you will be inspired to do things that emulate love in your day. We all sense with our soul, but often override it with the rational mind. It says, trust your soul is bringing you the most up-to-date information. And I swear, friends, if you want to screenshot that, pause it, and you want to screenshot it, there's the description there. And that basically speaks to the whole reading, which, again, I absolutely love. God is so good. All right, so on that note, I'm going to close space. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance, especially the archangel animals, cow and turtle, that came in to offer support for you. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done. And so it is, my friends. And again, I appreciate you being here. If these messages supported you, or you know someone you love, a friend, a family member that can benefit, please share this with them. I am not on social media right now. I don't know if I'll go back, but it would be wonderful if you could share this on your platform. If you feel guided, if you're not there yet, that's cool too. And I just feel like the divine will inspire those to share, and the messages will spread in its own time. So if you want to be part of the energy consistently, subscribe. I am noticing these platforms, if we're not interacting with these channels, they stop showing up in our feed. So what you can do, if you are following me directly on YouTube, you can go to the bottom of your app, and there's a little box there that says subscriptions. And so if you get used to clicking subscriptions, usually there's a little red dot that tells you there's new videos. So anything you're subscribed to, like let's say if you don't want to do notifications and get more emails, because I know how annoying that can be, getting used to checking the subscriptions, my videos will always pop up there. So that could be something that you could do, because I get so frustrated sometimes when there's YouTubers that I like, and then all of a sudden I stop getting, I start seeing them show up in my feed, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot all about that. So I've just gotten used to checking my subscriptions, because that's where the people I want to follow, that's where all their new videos will be. And then also too, you could go to my website. You could bookmark my website, my YouTube channel page, and the video uploads there as well. So anyway, just more ways to stay connected, because like I said, out of sight, out of mind in so many ways, especially with these platforms, which, hey, I mean, they want to make sure that you're watching and you are seeing what you're interested in. So it's just kind of a way for you to stay connected. So on that note, I'm going to close my mouth and finish up. So thank you so much for watching. I love you. I love your energy. I love that you're here. God loves you so much. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition. And I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.